Hey, welcome everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. In the last session, we saw how the option prices change with the change in the underlying visually. Now this time we will just go into a bit more detail on the mathematical model for the option pricing. So again, I need to state that standard disclaimer. So I'm not a SEBI-registered advisor. The content shared here is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial investment or trading advice. So whenever if you want to take any trading decision, you must consider your financial advisor before making any decisions. So stating that, let me come to the discussion for today. And there are actually different mathematical models to calculate the option prices. The most common is Black Scholes pricing model. So I have written down the formula in the spreadsheet so that you can pause the video and quickly take a look. So I'll just show it to you. Yeah. So this is the formula of calculating it. So initially, like, it looks very intimidating. Of course it is, but let us not get into the complications of the formula. Just consider that this is a dashboard, and on top of it you have some parameters like your joysticks, which you can move up and down to experiment how do you see the outcome, means the CE and PE prices. And also please note that this formula does not give you the exact values of CE and PE price, but you can say it gives a value which is close to the exact value. So what we see at the colored row on the top are the key things which are variable. So they are like spot price. If you remember the first discussion, so there it is the price. So where the underlying is, that means the Nifty, which is for our case is the underlying. So the value of the Nifty. Strike price is the option price in which we are interested in. The days to expiry, if you remember that every option contract has an expiry. So days to expiry means how many days are left for the expiry, and this is the years to expiry is nothing but just like d4 by 365 means like I have just divided it by the years. And risk-free rate is a particular value which is constant. I mean, just for that underlying, so you can consider this is a constant. You don't need to touch this value. And the volatility is actually the implied volatility. So it means in a way that how much the market thinks the underlying, that is Nifty, will fluctuate in future within the expiry on yearly basis. Like that means like in a year it will fluctuate by 13.7%. Like 0.137 means like 13.7%. So yearly it is 13.7%. It can fluctuate. What can fluctuate? The underlying, the Nifty, not the option. So the Nifty can fluctuate within that on yearly basis. So this is the volatility that we are having, and then we are getting this thing calculated. So if I click on this, you will see that the same formula which is written here is copied over here. So similarly over here also you can get that same thing, and so forth. So now we see that this is the way how we calculate it. Now let us consider that this Nifty value for 2nd May of 2025 at 10:30 am. So if we go here and if we go for 2nd May 10:30 am for that 24,500, we see that it is 221 and 158. Remember that we have rated it 221 and 158. This is the target price, what exactly the price is at that time, right? And then we see what are the different values. We see the spot value is 24,521.3. So here we see 24,521.3. Strike price we are considering the 24,500 we are interested in. Now the days to expiry. So here you see that we have chosen like 8th May 25 option, and the current date is 2nd May. So how many days are left? So here you see that current week, CW means current week, and 6 DTE means 6 days to expiry. So days to expiry is 6. So here we have considered as 6, and the volatility, the last one, is just look at this place. Whenever I'll scroll, you will see IV written over here. You can see that, right? So it is IV written on the top of it. So that is the volatility value we are considering. So here it is coming out to be 14.6. So that we have put as 14.6. Now if we put all these values over here, so it becomes 24,521.3. So that we are putting here. So it is 24,521.3. Then the strike price is this. Days to expiry is 6. And risk-free rate we are not changing. Volatility is 14.6. So it is 14.6, which is 146. So now you see the value is coming out to be 208 and 159, right? So but actual value is 221 and 158. Although the value of the P price is almost same, but C price is quite different. So that is what I was telling earlier, that it might be different from the actual price, and the reasons are there are multiple parameters, and like the strike price or the price at which they have calculated this option, like the simulator they have calculated, so that maybe slightly ahead or before the spot price, and it is not exactly synchronized, or maybe the volatility value whatever they have published, so that is slightly different. So because of different reason this can happen. Now let us see, like if we move for the same thing, we just move for 5th May. So it is the same time, but it is 5th May. So it is the days to expiry is going to be changed. So now if we move to 5th May, so that means we are coming here. This is May 5th and 10:30. So you see that 24,500, the prices are 118 and 124. So here it is 118 and 124. Now volatility is 13.3. Let us see. So this volatility is 13.3, and DT is 3 DT because there are only 3 days left. It is 5th and expiry is on 8th, so 3 days left. And so we see that here it is 3, and we need to lastly check the spot price. The spot price is 24,480.2. So it is 24,480.2. Now let us put that. So it is 24,480.2, and so 24,480.2. Strike price we are not changing. Days to expiry is 3. Volatility is 13.3. So 133. Okay, so if we do that, we say that it is coming out to be 114 and 120. So here it is 118 and 124, pretty close. But if we just consider that it is instead of 133, if we consider it 137, so you see that it is becoming 118 and 124, which is exactly the value whatever we are getting here. So this volatility is maybe the time when they recorded like 13.3, it was actually 13.37 or 13.7, something like this. So for which like there is a slight difference over here. So but just to make you understand that this is how like it is pretty complicated, but you just don't need to look at this formula. I also do not look at it. You just need to play with all these things, and what I recommend is like you just change only one value and keep others constant. Like whenever you are changing the spot price, don't move anything else. And if you are keeping all these things and you are changing the strike price, just want to see that for a given spot price, if the strike prices are changed, how the C and P prices move. So that also you can do. So for example, I just I can show it to you for an just for an example. So say for example, the spot price is 24,500 and the strike price is 24,500, right? So we have the 185 and 158. Let us put it here. So it is 185 and 158. So now let us see that spot is becoming 24,480. So it is becoming 24,480. So if it is 480, and I see that this become 175 and 167. And similarly, if we go for 24,450, so then it becomes 162 and 160 and 183. Right? So if we do that exercise, you see that for that given strike, if the spot price is gradually decreasing, like 500 to 480 to 450, you see the CE price is also decreasing, but the PE price is increasing. So this way, like you can see, like you can play with other values also, and see for yourself. Like this is not something I can show for everything. So you can see for yourself like how those things, and get familiar with like how these prices actually move. And if you want, you can just put it like a table and see and compare, so that visually you can see like, okay, for the given particular parameter is changed, then how the values are changing. So this is mostly like whatever I wanted to cover in this session. So just you can create your own spreadsheet by copying the formula and change different parameters and play with the option prices and see which parameter changes the pricing and how. Okay, so in the next session we will give you an interesting perspective of selling options, and till then have a wonderful time. Take care and goodbye.